Chicos, chicas, ¿cómo están? ¿Qué os cuenta la vida? Aquí Vampiro con un nuevo video para el canal. Y esta vez estamos en otro episodio más de Genshin Impact. ¡Feliz año del conejo! Porque sí, ahorita como pueden ver hay un montón de linternas alrededor del Luigi. Y eso solamente puede significar una cosa, y es que me puedo caer de aquí por lo que pueden ver. Pero eso no es lo importante es que ahorita estamos, bueno, cuando estoy grabando esto, estamos en lo que es el tercer evento de lo que es el rito de las linternas, evento que está activado y que podemos jugar gracias a que en los episodios anteriores ya hemos hecho las misiones legendarias de Ganyu y de Yelan. Por lo que sí, ahora sí podemos disfrutar de este evento que se llama Tintineo de la noche. Y por ende hay que ir justamente a la misión que es ir por paseo nomás por Luigi. Así que sí, estamos otra vez acá en lo que es el tema de la ciudad Puerto de Luigi, una de las ciudades más importantes por lo que parece en este juego, se vuelve muchísimo más importante cuando se trata de estas celebraciones, ya que vamos, está inspirado en China y todo lo demás. Y no solo eso, sino porque ya de por sí, como yo sé un poquito de calendario chill, ¿no? Ya en el siguiente año va a ser año del dragón, lo que significa que, entre comillas, va a ser mi año, porque yo ya nací en el 2000 y la wea del calendario chino repite su ciclo cada 24 años, no, 12, cada 12 años. Que vamos, ojalá me vaya bien en esta ocasión, cuando ya sea año del dragón. Pero de momento hay que disfrutar nomás este año que se nos viene, del año del conejo. Que de hecho, mi profesor del curso llamado Sistemas, bueno, de hecho me confundo del nombre del curso, Seguridad Integral y Gestión Ambiental, él cree bastante en lo que es el calendario chino. Y dice que generalmente el año del tigre termina de manera loca, por algo es que ha habido un montón de noticias locas. Pero como tenemos el año del conejo, vamos a tener un montón de suerte. Claro, ¿por qué no? ¡Sangli!
Huh? Young Lee? What a pleasant surprise meeting you here!
Oh? Why, the pleasure is all mine, as is the surprise, surely. It must be fate that brings us together in this place. How have you fared as of late?
Ok, tengo que decir algo. En esta ocasión se nota bastante que Song le está hablando como si fuera un anciano. No sé si es algo intencional el actor de voz, pero no sé, como que se siente raro. De siempre aventuras, aquí allá, como siempre.
I sense you are older and wiser than the last time we met. It seems your travels continue to yield valuable insights.
Te lo agradezco mucho, Songli. De verdad me ha servido bastante repetir termofluidos.
You are too kind.
Hijo de puta.
So, Young Lee, are you here to listen to stories over tea again?
I had originally planned to set out after this last round of tea. However,
No obstante,
I had planned to take a walk to Chingsa village and gather some nascent bamboo shoots, which are currently in season. A villager there once gave me a small sample, and they possessed a most excellent flavor.
Huh? Nascent bamboo shoots? Why can't you just use normal bamboo shoots instead?
Songli es refinado, él sabe lo que hace.
Wait, Paimon knows! Because Young Lee prefers the finer things in life, right?
Tengo entendido que en el anterior cumpleaños tuyo te regalaron una billetera. ¿Cómo va eso de guardar plata para payo?
Okay, Mr. Particular,
Señor
let me guess.
refinado.
Ahem. The nascent bamboo shoot has a uniquely tender texture and a delicate sweet taste that its normal cousin cannot match.
Songli está todo pasmado después de lo que dijo Paimon.
An astute observation, Paimon. You know me well indeed. Lantern Rite is almost upon us, but besides the bamboo shoots, there are a few other items I have not yet procured from Director Hu's list. May I ask if you have already made arrangements for the days ahead?
Por supuesto, aquí está mi lista de quehaceres que hice justamente el día en que grabé este video.
Well, we were planning to use the opportunity to say hi to some of our friends, but before we were able to figure out a schedule, we ran into you.
Well then, might I invite you to imagine the sheer delight that is a soup cooked with the freshest nascent bamboo shoots in all the land. Generous cuts of pork belly and crisp, fragrant bamboo shoots placed together in the pot and left
no me
to
llama la
simmer
atención.
slowly for half a day.
No me llama la atención desde la última vez que tomé sopa vegana, que más que sopa parecía crema.
You're doing this on purpose, aren't you? Paimon's onto your plan. You just want to hoodwink us into fetching your bamboo for you.
Ya sé.
Why, I assure you, I would do no such thing. I merely wish to inform you of the freshest, most succulent and flavorful bamboo shoots one could ever hope to take.
Ugh. Let's go, traveler. Paimon's taste buds can't take it anymore.
Pues esa sopa va a tardar medio día en hacerse. Tenemos
Collecting
tiempo
a
de
few
sobra.
bamboo shoots shouldn't take too long. Paimon has got to get her hands on some of that soup.
Such fine specimens are indeed well worth the excursion. Very well. I shall leave the bamboo shoots to you. Should you have the good fortune to find some.
See? Paimon knew he was just bamboozling us.
However, there is no need to rush. The streets of Liyue will be bustling with visitors and filled with all manner of celebrations during the festive period. By all means, go wherever your interests lead you.
O sea, literal, esto va a ser el único huella de texto y ya puedo hacer las demás cosas del evento. ¿Eso es lo que me estás diciendo? ¿Ah?
The nascent bamboo shoots would be but a wonderful final touch to a most exceptional feast. What an
nos
honor
vemos.
it would be to savor them in the company of friends.
Nos vemos más tarde en la funeraria del camino.
We're heading out. Enjoy your walk, young Lee.
Take care now, you two.
No creo que ya se liberen todas las cosas que puedo hacer aquí, ¿verdad? Todavía tengo que hacer la primera parte de la aventura. Por lo menos así siempre ha sido, yo me acuerdo. Sí, en efecto, tengo que conseguir los brotes de bambú primero, antes de que se me desbloquee el resto. Que se desbloquee el resto. Pero igual, está cerca de un punto de transporte, menos mal. No tengo que estar caminando demasiado. A ver, cinemática, actívate. I want.
Bamboo shoot.
¿Por qué siempre me termina golpeando este pana de aquí? Toda la vida. Incluso cuando me tomé un descanso del juego,
And it looks so
ha aparecido uno de esos jabalíes y me ha atropellado. Apenas me he conectado, en serio. Es increíble cómo es que esos huevones aparecen por ahí. A ver, ya va uno. Me falta estos de acá, se refieren. Listo, ya están. No, todavía me queda otro más. Bien. Tal vez tienen que ser este de aquí, entonces.
These should be
Listo.
enough. Let's head back.
Volvamos, dígate el lugar que procede a llamar a...
Did you hear that? Someone's calling for help. It's coming from over there.
Ahí está Yayao. ¿Qué onda? Una figura delgada y destruir medida que rescata al hombre de la orilla, algo así decía el texto. No lo leí tan
Are you
rápido.
okay? Did any water go down the wrong pipe?
¿Y ese pana?
I think I'm okay now. Thank you so much.
Chévere. Como una persona que está a favor de la vida, no podíamos dejarte allí ahogándote.
That was scary. Well, at least you're all right. All thanks to your savior here. Oh, a little girl? Greetings, everyone. My name is Yao Yao. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Igualmente, aunque a media comunidad no le interesa tu existencia,
Whoa, she's so well-mannered. My name's Paimon, and this is the traveler.
hola,
I'm Dvorak, a musician from Fontaine.
músico de Fontaine. Ya, esto, Yayao, agarra una piedra y una cuerda, vamos a atar a este huevón y tirarlo al agua de nuevo.
I came through Stone Gate, intending to head towards Liyue Harbor, but then I became captivated by the beautiful scenery. And before long, I was completely lost.
Y te caíste al río y desgraciadamente tuvimos que encontrarte y Yao Yao tuvo que salvarte.
Just now, I was so mesmerized by the waterfall that I slipped and fell into the water. If it weren't for Miss Yao Yao's help, I shudder to think what might have happened.
Si la señorita Yao Yao no hubiera acudido en tu ayuda, probablemente el mundo sería un lugar mejor.
It's all right, Mr. Dvorak. The splashing around the bottom of the waterfall means the stone path is always wet and slippy. You definitely have to be careful.
Oye, ¿eso de ahí es un Geoculus?
Next
Parece.
time you're exploring an unfamiliar environment, try to
Sí, sí lo
focus
es.
on what's right in front of you. Don't let your mind wander.
Y parece ser fácil de conseguir, solamente tienes que escalar y caer nomás.
As long as you watch your step,
¿Puedo hacerlo ahorita?
accidents like this won't happen anymore.
Yes, ma'am. I understand. I'll remember to be more careful next time.
Tienes una guitarra. Y también hambre.
Are you hungry, sir?
Oh, I'll be fine.
Please, sir, it's quite all right. I was born and raised here in Liyue. It's only natural for me to extend my hospitality to any guests who are passing through. I expect you still have quite a long journey ahead of you. It's very important to keep your energy levels up. I still have some lotus flower crisps left in my backpack. Why don't we split them between the four of us?
Bueno, ya que insistes.
Aw, what a thoughtful kid! She even has some for Paimon! You're welcome.
Comparte unas sellitas de loto deliciosas mientras disfruten del paisaje.
So tasty. If only there were more.
Golosa como siempre.
Having a healthy appetite is a good thing. It means Paimon's still growing. If I'd known I was gonna run into you, I would have made a second batch. Hope you're taking notes, traveler. This is how you treat your Paimon.
What
do you think, sir? Are Liyue's snacks to your taste? I wonder if they're not sweet enough.
No, they're perfect. When I was traveling through Mondstadt, I had a chance to try one of their moon pies. It had a meat filling, unlike these crisps. But apart from that, it seems like they follow a similar cooking process. As for Fontaine's cooking, though, it's been a long time since I've had a taste of home.
Sounds like you spend a lot of time on the road, huh?
La comida de Francia es recontra exagerada. Creo que es por el hecho de que ellos han pasado por hambruna y por eso sus platillos son tan chiquititos, tan refinados. Pero, manos, esa huevada no llena. Es mejor la comida de Italia o la comida de mi país, que esas comidas, vamos, te sirven todo un plato entero.
I do.
Eso sí llena.
It's part of my job.
Eso sí te da energía.
I'm one of the main organizers of the
Francia.
Iridescence Tour.
Iridescence tour?
Tour iridescente. No me suena para nada. ¿Es algo que tiene relacionado con el camino del Inca?
The Iridescence Tour is one of the biggest music festivals in Fontaine. We're looking to expand, though. Our aim is to hold a festival in every nation.
Algo como ese festival del milenio o algo así, creo que se llamaba. Tesla participó en una de esas vainas.
At least, all the main organizers share this goal. Unfortunately, it's a long story, so I'll spare you the details. But anyway, so the main reason I'm traveling all around Tavad is to promote our music festivals. But I have some personal reasons, too.
No es eso que estaba pensando. Entonces es un festival de música nomás. Ay, no me digas que estás tratando de promover una suerte de Eurovisión acá. Payback Visión de seguro van a crear más adelante.
Well, what are they? Just tell us already.
Let me see. Well, to explain it in full, I'd have to start with a story from my ancestors. I don't want to take up too much of your time.
Oh, I love listening to stories. We want to hear it too.
Okay, then I'll start from the beginning. The story goes that my ancestor, who was also a traveler, once slipped and fell into a lake during his travels. As he was sinking and gasping for breath, he heard a wondrous tune in the air. They say it was the most beautiful, moving melody he had ever heard, even in that life and death moment. The ethereal music seized his full attention and almost made him forget the fact that he was drowning. When he finally came to, he found that he had already been brought ashore. Not too far from him stood an unfamiliar woman with an almost divine aura. Once she saw that he was no longer in danger, she left without a word. My ancestor tried to run after her to give his thanks, but although a mere dozen paces separated them, no matter how quickly he gave chase, he drew no closer and remained a dozen paces behind. In the end, all he could do was to bow in thanks to the woman as he watched her walk away towards the rivers and mountains in the distance, before at last he turned around and made his way home.
Eso me suena bastante a una canción de Celtian.
Once he returned to Fontaine, he began to learn an instrument so that he could spread his story far and wide, just like the bards. After generations of retelling, embellishing, and dramatizing, people have come to think of that lady as something like a fairy. The story's become something of a local legend in Fontaine. It's called the Lady Overlooking the Lake. People now say that if you go down to the lakeside and play an instrument, so long as you play a pleasing melody, you will hear a fairy lady who is hiding out of sight play.
Wow.
Una leyenda magnífica. Escuchen a Celtian, de verdad, una de mis bandas de rock folclórico favoritas. No puedo estar más agradecido de que gracias a Luis Jefe 1 conozco su existencia. Y no solamente soy limitado a Mago Dios.
Well, yes. As it stands now, it's become a touch too romantic and detached from reality. But I understand the original story and its historical grounding better than anyone else. I wanted to find out the truth of this tale. So I decided to retrace my ancestors' steps and search for that lady's modern-day descendants. Of course, there's no way of knowing where my ancestor fell into the lake all those years ago. So I always knew that the search would be akin to looking for a needle in a haystack. I've spent many years on the road now, and I'm nowhere near as fit as I was in my youth. The wish that I've spent half my life chasing after has now become something of an obsession.
Well, I haven't lived half of my life yet,
Right.
but still, I understand how you must feel. Paimon too! It's like... imagine if you saved the center of a lotus flower crisp, which is the best part, by the way, because you wanted to eat it another day. But then suddenly, sploosh! It falls into the water, never to be seen again!
Aider, sí, te entiendo. A mí también me dan ganas de golpear a Paimon en el cerebro con un cubo Rubik.
Paimon would definitely remember that for the rest of her life.
There's no need to feel sorry for me. I've made some progress over the years. For example, I've concluded that the story must have taken place in Liyue.
Oh, so you finally found a lead?
Yes, in fact, that's an intriguing story in and of itself. I'd always known that Mondstadt is the city of song and freedom. But more recently, I heard that the Animal Archon returned to Mondstadt for a festival in the fall, and learned that he himself is a patron deity of music. So I prayed for the Animal Archon's guidance in the Mondstadt Cathedral, and as soon as I set foot back outside the front gate, I noticed a cluster of leaves being blown in the wind further and further west. towards
Eres
Stone
grande,
Gate.
Venti.
A friendly local told me that this meant the wind was guiding me in the direction of Liyue. So I followed their advice and made my way here.
Entonces está claro, la historia ocurrió en Liyue.
Right? You get it. I knew I'd find someone that agrees with me eventually.
Are you sure? It sounds a bit too much like one of those fake legends told by those treasure hoarder guys to scam gold.
No cuestiones al Arconte, a Nemo, Yao Yao. No creo que sea buena idea cuestionarlo.
Rex Lapis has returned to the world. Just give me some incense and a little more towards the travel fees, and I will pass your gift on to the Lord of Geo and ask him to keep you and your family safe and well. And so on and so
No
on.
voy a mentir, yo también me creería eso.
Don't worry, Yao Yao. We have a lot of experience with deciphering omens and stuff.
Sí, a este punto bastante.
And anyway, you only got scammed if you handed over Mora, right?
Actually, to express my gratitude, I did spend rather a lot of more on several bottles of fine wine, which I left at the statues of the Seven along the way.
Oh dear. Well, how about this, ladies and gentlemen? Why don't I bring you all to Yujing Terrace to see Miss Ganyu? I don't know very many people, so I can't help you out much. But Miss Ganyu and the Qixing know just about everything. If you've been scammed, they'll help you get your Mora back. And if the wind was telling the truth, and you want to keep looking for that lady's family, they'll be the best people to ask.
Bien pensado, Yao Yao. Por fin te están dando el desarrollo que debieron haberte dado antes para que tu hype no muriese tan temprano.
But you've already helped me so much.
Sí, pero esto no es suficiente.
Well, I was gonna take some new medicinal herbs and plants I picked to Miss Ganyu anyway, so it's no trouble at all. You know what? It's been a minute since we saw Ganyu too. It should be nice to pay her a visit before Lantern, right?
¡En marcha!
All right.
Porque ya
Well,
hemos visto a
my
Ganyu
sincere
hace
thanks to you
unos
all.
días,
I will never
semanas,
forget your
depende de cuando haya
kindness.
publicado la serie de videos de su misión legendaria.
Okay, everyone, please follow me. I'll be your guide. Remember to watch where you're going, okay? Uh-oh. Paimon's out of a job. Oh well, Paimon will just be a cheerleader instead.
Please someone kill me. Bueno, dirijámonos nomás a donde está lo que... Bueno, se activa un evento súbito, no importa eso, pero dirijámonos nomás a donde está Ganyu y los demás. No sin antes recoger ese Geoculus Geo, que creo que puedo hacerlo de una. Creo que puedo hacerlo de una, a ver si salto... No, no puedo hacerlo de una. Pero puedo hacer esto, puedo ir hasta acá arriba, seguir escalando, que vamos, ahorita no me molesta ir escalando esto, porque sí, Sí, lo sé, sería un poquito más sencillo si tuviera un personaje como, qué sé yo, el Wanderer o Karehara. Pero no es tan complicado obtener ese Geoculus. Solamente es cuestión de calcular y saltar nomás. Aquí creo que la hago, aquí creo que la hago. ¡Wup! ¿Ven? ¿Ven a lo que me refiero? Es contra sencillo. Es más, voy a apostar más alto e ir justamente con este güey de aquí. Vale, no me quiere hacer caso. Ah, como sea, dijimos dónde está Ganyu, ¿os parece? Aquí está el portón de piedra que está hablando el güey de Fontaine. Y no es que tengan nada algo en contra de los franceses. De hecho, para mí el trabajo que hizo Mbappé en el Mundial, vamos, ha cambiado todas mis perspectivas acerca de los franceses. De hecho, creo que Mbappé merece un poquito más de respeto. Entiendo de que la gente lo odie. Y yo digo, weón, ese es el punto. Él ha hecho de malo en lo que fue ese partido de contraépico que tuvo contra Argentina. Es que de verdad es que se ha puesto el equipo al hombro, literal. Era Mbappé 10 más contra todo Argentina a ese punto, incluido Latinoamérica entero. Por lo que sí, saben jugar y demás. No tengo nada en contra de ellos, pero tenía que hacer el chiste de todas maneras, porque sé que los franceses son bien bulimiados en lo que es la comunidad total de todo. Me acuerdo que en el GD Place a los franceses han estado baneando su bandera cada rato. Y lo mismo con el GD Place, me acuerdo. Pero no tengo nada en contra de ellos, solamente lo digo cosas en buen humor. A ver, veamos. ¿Qué nos dice Ganyu? Y de repente se hace más de noche.
Liyue Harbor looks very different from when I came last. It's almost as if I'm listening to the same melody, but with a richer timbre and new variations added.
Cambiamos la guitarra española por una guitarra eléctrica.
Well, we are here during Lantern Rite after all. It only comes once a year, so they always have a big celebration. It's fair to say that this time of year is when Liyue Harbor looks the prettiest.
Great. Let's go and check it out. I can't wait to get into the city and see it all up close for myself. The streets are breathtaking. Smiles and laughter everywhere I look. It's contagious. I can almost feel the music in the air. I have the urge to start waving my conductor's baton.
I'm glad that you're enjoying the city.
Chévere, dirijámonos acá. ¡Xinjiang!
Hey everyone! Fancy meeting you all here. What
Ah.
a nice surprise.
Ya, antes de que me olvide, más bandas que he descubierto en todo el tiempo desde la última misión de Archipiélago de Manzanas Doradas y esta misión de rito de la linterna. Avril Lavigne, Luna Llena, The Warning, Eve, Leonid, Murmur Jump, Nightcore at 25, Wonderland X Showtime y Bybit Bad Squad.
Hello, Xinyan. Let me introduce some new friends. They are...
Traveler, Paimon, and Mr. Dvorak, right? I've known them all for quite a while.
Ah, ya conoces al francés. Bueno, tiene sentido.
When I was last
No
here,
es por ser
when I
racista, pero
was
tiene
at the
sentido.
US stop for the Iridescence tour, Xinyan was one of the few people willing to give me the time of day.
Feels like I've been chasing this Iridescence tour bandwagon halfway around the world, but I keep getting stood up. What's going on, Mr. Dvorak?
I'm so sorry, Xinyan. We've had a string of terrible luck recently, and every time we've tried to put on a show, something or other has come up to stop our plans from materializing.
Is that right? I guess it can't be helped. So, what brings you to Liyue Harbor at this time of year anyway? Thinking of putting on a music festival during the Lantern Rite celebrations?
Me gustaría que eso fuera lo que estuvieran haciendo, pero no, parece que a la gente no le gusta la música rock.
A Lantern Rite Music Festival?
Aunque bueno, literal, creo que 4 de los grupos que mencionaron antes no hacen ni siquiera rock.
No, I'm actually here on personal business this time.
De hecho, Murmur Jump es un grupo idol, hasta donde yo tengo entendido. Y son mejores que las de Love Live. Datos, no
Aw,
opiniones.
So no Lantern Rite Music Festival?
I mean, that's not just up to me. Hosting a music festival takes a lot of funding and personnel. Moreover, I've never worked with the Liyue authorities before. Even if I were to start putting something together right now, I think it'd be too rushed.
Wait, but we're going to meet the Liyue Qixing, aren't we? And they're the ones in charge. Uh-huh, that's right. Miss Kuching and Miss Ningguang can make anything happen.
Sí, y prefiero que haga un festival acá en Liyue en vez de Inazuma, ¿saben, no?
You mean... what?
This is the perfect Sure, it might not work out, but it can't hurt to bring it up as a suggestion.
Un festival vivo por el rock en el rito de la linterna sería lo más master de los master. Contratemos también de paso al Explora y a Héroes del Silencio.
That's the spirit! See, even the traveler agrees with me. Mr. Dvorak, don't let yourself be put off by the fact that a few things haven't worked out recently. As for the performers, I can put you in touch with some local artists.
Tengo una lista de reproducción llena de música y no tengo miedo a usarla.
My friend Yunjin is a well-known opera singer in Liyue. With her support and a commissioned song from the Yunhan Opera Troupe, we should be able to get something going.
Well, what about you, Xinyan? Are you just going to sit this one out?
What do you take me for? If we actually manage to make the Iridescence Tour Lantern Right Grand Concert a reality, you think I'd let anyone else perform the opening act?
Exacto, estaba a punto de traducir que chucha era un telonero, que es el que canta al inicio, antes de que empiece el concierto como tal.
What do you say, Mr. Dvorak?
Okay. I'll give it a shot.
Let's do this!
But the opening act is not something to be chosen lightly, Xinyan. I will judge your work by the strictest of standards, so please make sure you are fully prepared.
Are you kidding? I thought you'd never ask. Whew, guess my shopping time's getting cut short. I'm gonna head back right away and start working on this. Yao Yao, if you run into your senior on the way to the Qixing, please send her my regards.
Okay, I promise I will. Good luck with your music, Xinyan. You've got this, Xinyan!
Let's go, Xinjiang!
So about the senior of yours Xinyan mentioned just now, is that anyone we know? Yes, it's Xiangling. She's mentioned you two before.
Sí, lo sé porque has aparecido en un arte suyo, me acuerdo, pero no lo he encontrado cuando he estado
Whenever
buscando en
she
Google
gets
Imágenes.
scrapes or burns, she just leaves them to heal by themselves.
Y da flojera buscar
Definitely
en los
someone
twitters
around
de
here to look
Kovacs
after her.
Select, ¿sabes, no?
I know you must have looked out for her a lot too in the time you've known her. So, thank you for that.
De hecho, por lo que es llamado el Liquor Hunt Degree, muchas cuentas de Twitter han terminado siendo funadas. Incluso desapareció una cuenta de Facebook de una página que seguía, entre comillas. Cosa que F, pero era algo que tenían que esperarse. Y hablaré de eso más adelante cuando se venga la oportunidad. Pero ahorita no estamos de tiempo para hablar de esas weas. Es más momento de esperar a que todo salga bien para la presentación del Mega Festival Rito de la Linterna 2023, que contará con artistas internacionales como The Offspring, Muse, The Strokes, ¿quién más puede ser? Tika, de el huevón que canta Catarsis y Unravel, Lisa también, Eve, que en serio ese pana sabe lo que hace, él ha cantado, es un vocaloid, pero canta bastante en lo que es en Chainsaw Man, le ha hecho 3 endings, que por cierto, hablando de vocaloids, eso es algo que me he metido más que nada porque he empezado a jugar Project Sekai por recomendación de un amigo, y pues esto, ¿qué decirles? Buen juego, tercer aviso para que jueguen ese juego.
Oh, it's Master. Is it okay if I go and say hi to her?
No hay problema, ya pasamos a hablar de música, hablemos ahora de comida. Ah, no, es Madame Ping.
Oh, calm down now, dear. I'm not about to run off anywhere. I'm not a bundle of energy like you.
I haven't seen you in days, Master. I've missed you.
Oh, bless you, Yao Yao. You do say the sweetest things. Ah, look who it is. Visiting friends during the lantern rite, are we?
¿Cómo va todo, Madame Ping?
You're half right, Madam Ping. We were also trying to help out Mr. Dvorak over here. We were on our way to take him to see the Qixing.
Hello, ma'am. I am a musician from Fontaine and an organizer of the Iridescence Tour. I don't suppose you've heard of it.
Master! The Iridescence Tour is a super famous music festival.
Ojalá que cuando... Es que ya me lo estoy viendo. Va a ser como con el tema este del evento de los hongos. Ya me estoy imaginando que lo que es el tema de la tesis o proyecto de diseño mecatrónico van a dejarme recontra asesinado, recontra atrasado con la historia principal, al punto que probablemente cuando ya termine todo, cuando ya termine toda la vaina que ocurre en Fontaine, inmediatamente después va a hacerse el maldito tour iridescente. Y para ese entonces yo no estaré al día porque probablemente esté batallando contra la tesis y me voy a perder ese evento que me va a doler bastante en comparación a otros eventos que me he perdido. más que nada por el tema de cuánto me gusta la música. Así que F adelantara. Lo siento, vampiro del futuro, pero tu futuro no es tan brillante que digamos.
An old lady like me wouldn't know much about that sort of thing. A music festival, you say? It sounds terribly exciting.
Ojalá consigamos organizar este festival.
Oh, right! Madam Ping, how would you feel about that? You're an elder of Liyue, and you know all about Liyue's cultural traditions. Hearing your thoughts would definitely help us figure out how best to approach it. For example, do you think it might be a bit too modern, or is there any other issue?
Why, not at all. Music pays homage to history and culture, and it can also be a bridge between different civilizations. Times change, and the music enjoyed by the youngsters of today is no doubt very different from the tunes I was accustomed to in my youth. Nevertheless, all fine things in life can be appreciated.
Confirmo.
And so, I look forward to it immensely.
I mean, yo no escucho a BTS o a EXO, pero respeto a la gente que lo hace. Tampoco es que por el hecho de que no escuchen lo mismo que yo voy a estar insultándolos a cada rato, ¿saben, no?
Hear, hear. I do believe that, my own dear grandmother aside, you are the wisest old lady I've ever met.
Goodness gracious, you're all being suspiciously sweet today. Yao Yao, whatever have you been feeding them?
Master, you're in such a great mood today. You're even cracking jokes with the rest of us.
Oh, well, I'm sure you must have plenty to be getting on with, yes? Run along now. Don't let me hold you up.
Thanks, Madam Ping. We'll see you again soon.
Muy bien, ahora sí, buscamos a Ganyu los alrededores de la terraza Junjin, que está por acá cerca, me estaba alejando era antes, lol. Está por acá, creo que por aquí es donde inició justamente su misión, o era en otro lugar, ya ni me acuerdo ahorita. Estamos a 90 metros por lo menos, o sí que tiene que estar aquí cerca nomás. Está justo acá, sí, aquí es donde inició su misión principal, me acuerdo. Y esa de ahí creo que era Jutao. ¿Qué chucha hace Jutao por acá? No me jodas que vino... Ah, no, bien, por un momento pensé desde lejos que parecía Jutao, pero no, era una trabajadora, no, aquí común y corriente.
And when you meet with the Ministry of Civil Affairs, please remind them that the festivities are not an excuse to procrastinate their work.
Understood, Miss Ganyu. I'll take my leave now.
Ganyu!
¿Qué onda?
What brings you here, Yao Yao?
I've brought all the medicine you asked me to pick for you. Oh, and here's a pack of sweet flower seeds as well. Also, these dried chingshin leaves make a great pot of tea that's very good for you. I know you've had a lot to deal with at work recently, but you shouldn't push yourself too hard. If you're not careful, you'll end up falling asleep in the grass again.
I mean, al punto en el que yo estoy sobrecargado de trabajos, yo también haría lo mismo.
Well, this is weird. It's like a responsible younger sister talking to their disorganized older sister.
Akito, Shinomone, Iena, Shinomone, Dinámica, básicamente. Jueguen por el Sekai, cuarto aviso. Paimon, cuidado con lo que vayas a decir más adelante.
Thank you, but Paimon's criticism is quite valid. I do have a tendency to neglect matters outside of work, and that's something I should improve on.
Por dos, Ganyu, por dos.
Oh, my apologies. I don't believe we've been introduced.
Ah, sí, Ganyu, hueón francés, Ganyu, ya está.
Paimon will do the honors.
Ya lo hice yo, Paimon. Paimon cuenta a Ganyu todos los estudios que conocieron al señor Taura, la historia del pasado y su plan de organizar un festival.
What's wrong? Did Paimon go over everything a bit too fast?
No, yo lo conté demasiado rápido, ya parecía Excalibur.
It's definitely an ambitious plan. If there's anything you didn't quite catch, Paimon's more than happy to go over it again.
It may be a little difficult to make this happen.
No importa, mientras más difícil, más chida será la recompensa.
Oh?
Well, the Lantern Rite is the most important festival of the year. Our celebrations must not only be visually spectacular, but also appeal to the tastes of Liyue citizens from all walks of life.
Ya, Ganyu, dime aquí los pendejos que no les gusta la música de Bad Bunny para desaparecerlos. Y de paso también a los que creen que la sesión de Vista Rap de Shakira es mejor que la que ha hecho Snow the Product.
The Iridescence Tour is relatively unknown in Liyue. It's difficult to predict how a brand new show will be received. It would be quite risky for us to bet everything on this one music festival.
All very valid points. I completely understand.
Básicamente Ganyu está diciendo que no hay huevos.
Therefore, we will not replace or cancel any of our pre-existing program. However, I will submit a proposal requesting to put the Iridescence Tour special performance as the final act of this year's festivities.
Como lo que pasó cuando se derribó el muro de Berlín, que han hecho un concierto todo chido para fin de año y toda la gente está reunida ahí. Weón, Ganyu, me agradas. Esa es la manera de cómo resuelves un problema.
Some live music will certainly add to the festive atmosphere on the night of the Lantern Rite. As for the venue, let's reserve a space at the docks.
Con este concierto daremos un extra de alegría al rito de la linterna.
Yes, my thoughts precisely. Now I just need to take some time to give this proposal some polish. As long as I clearly lay out the pros and cons, and highlight the key points of the proposal, given that Ping and the Traveler have both given the idea their blessing, I'm confident that Qixing will be sure to give it serious consideration. Mr. Dvorak, I will need to discuss with you the number of musicians who will be coming to Liyue, as well as their catering and accommodation requirements.
Ahí está el detalle. Pensamos que el festival sea 100% músicos de Liyue, para así no tener problemas con que si a alguien no le gusta The Warning, Anuela A, Katy Perry, Taylor Swift.
Oh, yes, certainly. Let's step to the side and discuss further.
As soon as there's work to do, Ganyu's as diligent as ever.
Yeah.
I couldn't agree more. Master once said that everyone has things that they are good at and things that they are less good at. So, with that in mind, Ganyu shouldn't feel compelled to become perfect at absolutely everything.
Excepto cuando estudias ingeniería mecatrónica, ahí sí tienes que ser perfecto en todo.
I'm good at taking care of people, so that can be left to me. Wow. Hey, Yo-Yo, can you take care of Paimon too?
Llévatela, por favor. Llévatela. Y no me la regreses, por favor.
I'm afraid my backpack's empty now, but if you let me know what you like, I can bring you some of your favorite dishes next time we meet. Apart from lotus flower crisps, what else? Anything sweet, and anything that's made from slimes.
Unos minutos más tarde.
Here's what I've drafted so far. Anything else you want to add?
No, this is excellent. I'm racking my brains, but I don't think you've missed a single thing.
Perfect. Then we'll leave it as is. I'll go make an official copy. Oh, perfect timing. We were just wrapping up our discussion here.
Me alegra bastante.
Not at all. Every second counts for a complex proposal such as this. I will inform the Qixing of this development immediately. Please give me a moment to pass on the message. Yao Yao, thank you for bringing my herbs. I will make sure to take them.
Remember to make tea from them first, Ganyu. You mustn't just chew them raw.
I will.
Okay, I should be getting back. If Yo-Yo stays out for too long, Mom and Dad will be worried. Everyone, I'm sure that the music festival will go off without a hitch, so don't worry. And in case I don't see you before, I wish you all a very happy Lantern Rite.
Igualmente, Yao Yao. Igualmente.
Thank you, Yao Yao. Happy Lantern Rite to you, too.
We should go get dinner together sometime.
Muy bien, espera tranquilamente 2 horas. ¿Quieres que espere 2 horas aquí plantado? ¡Me doy en Haven! Listo. Ni tan complicado. Habla con todos, que están justamente por acá. Torvak, ¿todavía sigues acá? Tras esperar un rato, Keki y Ganyu se presentan ante a Yujin.
Greetings, Traveler, Paimon, and Mr. Dvorak. Call me Kuching. Ganyu has brought me up to speed on everything. I'll get straight to the point.
Va a empezar a hablar de trabajo, ¿verdad?
The Qixing have approved Ganyu's proposal.
Bien.
Over the next few days, I will be working with Mr. Dvorak on behalf of the Qixing to facilitate the organization of this concert.
Yay! Yay! That's awesome!
¿Qué nivel de eficiencia? No esperaba menos de Kekin.
Please. The Qixing have a duty to deal with matters such as these. We have merely moved things forward to the next step. On a more personal note, I am an avid supporter of all things new and innovative. As such, it is my privilege to work with you on this exciting project.
Thank you so much, Kuching. I'd become quite discouraged after our recent failures and was expecting the same outcome once again, so I didn't dare to get my hopes up.
En serio, de seguro has fracasado porque al principio decías que eras francés y como eras el único que aprobaba la idea y eras francés, todos decían, no, es una mala idea, hay que rechazarlo.
Never in my wildest
El bullying
dreams
que
could
le
I
hacen
have
los
imagined
franceses
this
es
going so
inevitable.
smoothly. It's like a dream come true. Right. Time for me to call in the performers. To stage a concert at a high-profile event like this is a rare opportunity. We'll make sure it's a night to remember.
Yes! Our music band's finally getting fired up!
Yes, indeed. I know exactly what I'm doing from here. For a musician, music will always be the language they are most fluent in.
Y lo del antepasado lo dejamos para después, ¿verdad?
Oh, that. Well, that can wait for another time.
Mejor.
Oh,
Ganyu? What's wrong?
they told me all about Mr. Dvorak's situation, but I was so engrossed in drafting the proposal that I forgot all about it.
No hay problema, no hay problema. Ahorita lo más importante es el festival, que es un problema material que no tiene nada que ver con el problema personal.
Oh, that's quite all right. I don't even know what the person I'm trying to find looks like, so it was always going to be a long shot. Don't worry about me, Ganyu. Your time and energy are needed elsewhere. I'm sure you already have plenty to deal with between this concert and everything else going on during the Lantern Rite.
Thanks. It was just that I had a few initial thoughts when I heard your story. For instance, I wonder if this lady your ancestor met might have been an adeptus. What do you think?
Existe esa posibilidad.
To tell you the truth, Mr. Dvorak, I am somewhat related to the adepti myself. I am part human and part Qilin. The Qilin is an illuminated beast. I know how important your quest to get in touch with your roots must be to you, because I've been there myself before, trying to find out where I belonged.
Did you say the Adepti? And you're illuminated beast? Part Qilin?
Disculpa que te tengas que enterar de esta manera, pero eres francés. Tuviste que habértelo imaginado.
Are you telling me all the rumors of the Liyue Adepti are real? So it's not just artistic license?
Artistic license. No, mano, las canciones de Sentian son más reales de lo que tú piensas que son.
You bet they're real! Trying to track them down is tough, though. Like Julian Karst itself. There's nothing specifically stopping you from going there, but getting in and out of there is quite an ordeal.
Yes. Anyway, if you're looking to uncover a lost melody or shine light on a forgotten aspect of Liyue's cultural history, I'm probably not the best person to ask. But if it's a person you're looking for, then I just might be able to help.
I see. I think I understand the situation now. In that case, Ganyu, shall we divide the work between us?
Tú te encargas del festival, que Ganyu se encarga del Adeptus.
Yes, that was also my thought.
Great. So Mr. Dvorak and I will concentrate on things here in the city to make sure the concert goes according to plan. In the meantime, Ganyu will reach out to our network and try to find the person he's looking for. How's your workload at the moment? Will you be able to make time?
I can probably get through everything in 2 days, as long as I don't sleep.
Me acuerdo que encontré un tweet que decía, ¿qué le dirías a tu yo del pasado? Y yo estaba pensando en justamente un skit de Scott Woz relacionada a esta escena en particular. Look at this. This is your life now.
Wait, what do you mean as long as I don't sleep? Even for someone with illuminated beast blood in their veins, working for such an extended period without a break will take its toll on your health.
Vas a perder la habilidad de poder levantarte temprano.
Somehow that does not sound persuasive coming from Kuching.
Be it but 3 moons from the start, he who returns is not he that departs.
What?
Even I know the importance of maintaining a healthy work-life balance.
In that case, 3 days.
3 días.
All right, I can work with that.
If you have the time, would you join me for this search?
no tengo ningún problema, aunque también tengo que hacer investigaciones para mi cuenta, o sea, en la universidad. Creo que también podría hacer una división entre vida personal y vida universitaria, que ya estaba haciendo desde ese tiempo, pero va a ser muy complicado porque la vida universitaria se está comiendo todo el tiempo que yo invierto para la vida de este canal.
You're well known to many of the Adepti and respected among the people. I'll feel much more at ease with your company.
Haré lo que pueda.
Okay, then let's meet back here in 3 days.
3 días, ok.
Watch this space, Mr. Dvorak. We'll get to the bottom of this.
You're all so helpful and kind. I just...
No tienes por qué agradecernos. Eres francés después de todo, y yo no soy racista. Yo los odio a todos por igual.
Just think. Imagine if we found the Adeptus lady, or one of her descendants, and got them to come to the performance. Wouldn't that be amazing? It'd be such a happy reunion. And that's exactly what this festival's all about.
¿Quién sabe? Tal vez ese debe ser el motivo por el que el viento te guió hasta aquí.
You're right. Okay, I'm gonna pull out all the stops to make this lantern rite a true extravaganza.
Que sea el mejor de todos los tiempos, mejor que el del año pasado.
We should probably get going. Mr. Dvorak, could you come with me to confirm the site?
Ooh, we're coming too.
Vale, parece que todavía no nos van a hacer esperar 3
What are
días.
your thoughts on music? What does it mean to you?
Todo.
Music sounds nice?
Truth be told, the question of what music means to people is one that I've been pondering for quite some time. Let's revisit this question after the concert.
¿Qué es la música? Ya lo dije en lo que fue el archipiélago de Manzanas Doradas. La música es lo único que puede unir a las personas. No sé si me dejo entender. Puede ser que tú odies a Bad Bunny, puede ser que odies a BTS, puede ser incluso que odies a Hatsune Miku. Pero al final del día estamos hablando de música. Esa música que tú escuchas, ese artista te une a otras personas. Y por ende no tienes por qué sentirte avergonzado de si es que escuchas cierto género musical o si es que prefieres otro encima del otro, ¿sabes, no? Es música al final del día. Y vaya escenario que hay por aquí. Vale, ya me estoy imaginando. Aquí es donde aparece el músico bajando por acá. Y aquí ya es el escenario completo. Está mejor hecho. Está mejor hecho que el escenario Phoenix Wonderland, creo que se llama el escenario de que hay justamente en ese parque de diversiones del juego de Project Sekai. Juéguenselo, quinto aviso.
Lady Yuhang,
¿Qué pasó ahora?
Bywin, what is it?
Per Lady Ningguang's orders, I've been gathering intelligence outside of the city with the goal of uncovering and dispatching any trouble ahead of the festival. I am told that a strange melody was heard somewhere along the coast. I was wary of investigating further on my own, so I was just on my way to report this incident to Lady Ningguang. But I'm worried that if we don't act right away, we may miss the window of opportunity to take appropriate action.
I understand. In that case,
Yo me encargo, no hay problema.
Yeah, Kuching. You're busy enough as it is. There's a ton of different things in the city that needs your attention. Leave it to us. Don't worry. Whatever it is, we'll definitely be able to handle it.
With the traveler on the case, it's as good as dealt with. Thank you. This will be a great help. I will inform Lady Ningguang about the situation. Once it's resolved, please come and find me again at Eugene Terrace and let...
Will do. And say hi to Ningguang for us.
you have my thanks too. Stay safe and come back as soon as you're finished.
Good luck.
No necesito suerte, necesito éxitos. Vamos, dejemos este escenario que es mejor que el que tiene All Elite Wrestling actualmente. Que vamos. ¿Por qué estás haciendo los túneles? Los túneles te daban algo de uniquidad. Muy bien, dirijámonos a la terraza entonces. Dice que nos dirigimos a la terraza. ¡A la terraza! Vale, vale, seguro por acá estará una parda de Hilichurs haciendo un montón de vainas, o será el boss ese que me encantaba en antes, ese güey de un montón de cabezas, que en serio, hace tiempo que no me enfrento a ese weón y me gustaría enfrentarme a ese otra vez. Es de los bosses que más he disfrutado enfrentarme. Más que nada porque era de los primeros días en los que tenía a Ganju en el equipo. Y vamos, que Ganju lo tenía de hijo a ese weón. O hueona, creo que era dragona.
Paimon
Una
said
hidra.
the strange tune was coming from around here, right? But Paimon doesn't hear anything. There doesn't seem to be a soul in...
Debe ser porque
I
es de
was
día.
just wondering who in their right mind would come out to a place like this.
¡Yelan!
So, it's you two.
A los siglos.
Yeon! How'd you sneak up on us like that? You nearly gave Paimon a heart attack.
You look pretty alive to me. Can't have spooked you that bad.
¿Has oído una melodía extraña por aquí?
Ah, you're here for that too? Saves me a bit of explaining. Come with me. I've already reconned the perimeter, so we should be safe.
Muy bien, busquemos pistas que hay por acá. Hay un pendejo de estos dentro, pero creo que ese será el menor de nuestros problemas. A ver, aquí hay un rastro.
The stuff by the door is in pretty good condition, though. It can't have been too long ago that someone was last living here.
Vale, va una. Esta ventana de aquí. ¿Hay algo?
This place is completely empty. There's nothing valuable left here at all.
Tiene que ser un fantasma, ¿verdad? Es la única explicación lógica que tengo a este punto.
The doors and the windows are all fine, so there definitely wasn't a break-in.
¿Y ese hueco que hay por la perilla? Es un hueco, ¿verdad? No es una perilla normal y corriente. Desde acá se veía como si fuera un hueco. Ah, bueno, hablemos con Yalan entonces, porque no hemos encontrado absolutamente nada.
How strange. It looks like it's been looted, except for the fact that there's no sign of a struggle. The bad guys could have sneaked in while the owner was gone, but then how do you explain why the door and windows are intact?
Seems you've done a pretty thorough inspection. So, any theories on what might have happened here?
Un fantasma. Un fantasma está haciendo música. O tal vez sea Karehara, una de dos.
Daylon, you didn't hide some of the evidence from us on purpose, did you?
Why would I make this more difficult for you? We're on the same side here.
Okay, well... Paimon gives up then. Paimon's got nothing.
What about you? Give up as well?
Seguro tiene algo que ver con esa melodía.
Your instincts are pretty good. Or perhaps it's not instinct. The strange melody is one of the few pieces of information you
No me he
have
leído la
available
wiki.
after all.
No me he leído la wiki. Voy diciendo desde ya. Estoy yendo sin saber qué es lo que va a pasar después.
Let me share a folk story with you. A long time ago, there used to be a group of bandits in the Liyue countryside who would sound a horn every time they were about to raid a village. But it wasn't a rallying cry to rouse their fellow men. It was a disconcerting tune, meant to intimidate the weak. To escape with their lives, the villagers would abandon their homes and flee overnight, taking only their most valuable belongings with them. Everything else was left behind. The bandits were eventually brought to justice, but the fear and trauma remained in the villagers' hearts. Whenever they heard that melody, they would feel like their lives were in danger once again, and flee immediately. The culprit of this crime exploited that very fear to get access to this house without having to force their way in.
That's quite the story.
Sí, una que tendría sentido en épocas prehistóricas. Bueno, de hecho, preincaicas.
The victims obviously will have gotten quite a fright, but at least they won't be in any great danger. The important thing now is to find this copycat criminal.
¿Y si usamos la visión elemental?
On any other day, that'd probably be a good idea. Unfortunately, it's not gonna work today.
Estamos tratando con humanos, ¿verdad?
Take a look around and you'll see what I mean. This criminal is clearly well-versed both in using music to commit crimes and in making a clean getaway. Not only did they stay off the muddy road to avoid leaving footprints, it looks like they were also careful not to bring any gadgets with so much as a trace of elemental energy. Evidently, they were intent on keeping even the most experienced investigators off their trail. Unfortunately for them, I'm one of the best trackers in the business. They're not about to get away with their little scheme on my watch.
So basically, if we want to find the culprit, we just need to follow Yeon.
Usar la música para cometer fechorías. ¿Son hacernos mototaxistas a cada rato?
As long as you can keep up. Since the culprit's trying to be cautious and low risk, I'll bet they left through an area with some vegetation for cover, but not so much that it would slow them down.
Creo que el slime dentro se enteró de mi existencia. ¿Es así? Sí. Sigamos a Yelan nomás. Evitemos a este güey de ahí atrás que nos va a estar interrumpiendo más adelante de seguro.
Here, look at this. These
Son
tracks
huellas.
are superficial, but they definitely didn't occur naturally. Something heavy was being dragged this way,
Ajá.
meaning we're headed in the right direction.
Bien, entonces ir por acá, ¿no? Sí, ir por acá. Espera que recoja esto de aquí, que probablemente menciono más adelante. A ver, tenemos que ir más por allá.
Their pace is
¿Más huellas?
increased. Normally, people carrying a heavy load slow down as their journey goes on and they start to tire. Whatever's motivating them to speed up must be psychological. For instance, reaching the home stretch.
Claro, llegando, pero... Claro, cuando tú corres, usualmente tú pones más peso en las piernas, cosa que no tiene sentido, pero... Sí, yo sé un poco de eso. Acá hay más huellas, ¿no? Estas son otras huellas, ¿no? Pensé que se detendría más atrás.
A treasure hoarder tent.
Ya está recontra lejos, vale.
Not the treasure hoarders again. And so close to Lantern Ride, too.
Come on, let's round them up.
Ni de coña se van a escapar, ni de coña. Dirígete al campamento de los carones de tesoros. No, esto es otro trabajo para que vean lo divertido que es usar a Ganyu. De hecho voy a cambiar a Chonyu aquí, voy a poner a Ganyu aquí.
Time to begin work?
Y time to begin work, indeed. A ver. No hay nadie. Me emocioné, disculpen. Pensé que estaría lleno, que tal vez esto justamente... Llegue justamente al lugar y allí es donde se activen los enemigos. Tal vez sí, tal vez no. O tal vez no hay absolutamente nadie. Hay un imbécil acá. Un imbécil acá. Activemos esto de aquí. Y ahora esto de acá para la cobertura.
Hey, who are you? Where did you come from?
Estás arrestado, papu. 2.b, 2.b.
The evidence is conclusive. Okay, confess and we'll go easy on you. My patience is running low, so why don't you do us both a favor,
You kidding me? You think I'm scared of you?
Yes.
Perhaps not, but you should be. Quietly now.
Vale, es 1 contra 1 al parecer. Esto será recontra sencillo en ese caso.
Seems like you're not all talk after all. There's no going back now.
Nope.
Better up my game.
Y no vas a mejorar tu juego
Gotcha.
porque el mío es mejor. Y... listo.
Mercy! Have mercy!
Oh, it's a little late for that. I've come this far, I might as well finish the job.
I surrender! I surrender, please! I'll do whatever you say. Please have mercy.
Tienes suerte de que estás enfrente de Yelan y no de Sino.
Tell us everything. You have one chance. And I'm warning you. Don't make me ask twice.
I won't, I swear. You know, so... Lantern Right's nearly here, and like a lot of people, I wanted to buy a few nice things. I know I'm with the treasure hoarders and everything, but I don't really have any kind of experience with robbing people and whatnot. So I don't have the guts to break into somebody's house.
Wow, you're really going to complain to us about...
No, not at all. I'm just telling it how it is.
Okay. Continue.
I racked my brains trying to think of what I could do. And eventually, I remembered something from back when I was a kid. The bandits would blow their horn, and my grandma would grab us kids and run. I remember the tune, so I figured I'd try it for myself. I mean, just to see what would happen. At first, anyway, I seriously didn't expect that family to pack up and leave.
¿Y eso te ha hecho una buena persona?
But they did. And they just left all their stuff right there for the taking. It was too easy. I couldn't resist. It was completely wrong of me. I know that now. I'll return everything that I took. It's all still in perfect condition, and it'll be like it was never gone.
Give you a chance, huh? Sounds to me like you'd rather strike some kind of a deal than spend lantern right behind bars.
Yes? Yes?
You know how to bargain, I'll give you that. It's just a pity that you didn't confess at the first opportunity. You'll have to take a walk with me. Once we've returned the goods, we'll find the owner of the house, and you can apologize to them in person. After that, I'll escort you to the Ministry of Civil Affairs.
Con suerte solamente tendrás que pagar una fianza.
Yes, ma'am.
You know, as a former victim of this kind of crime yourself, I doubt anyone understands the fear you inflicted quite as well as you do. Does your greed matter more to you than your fear? More to the point, if you can play a tune from memory, don't you think you should be capable of making an honest living?
Hay un festival que se va a realizar dentro de poco.
You mean...
That's enough hints for you. You'll have plenty of time to reflect on all of this yourself. There's not much left to wrap up, so I'll take it from here. Guess this is where I'll say goodbye.
De acuerdo.
What is it? Is there something else?
I'm still not sure how you first got your hands on this information. So play it safe when you get back. Don't mention to anyone that you ran into me out here.
Entendido. Aquí nunca hemos visto a Yelan.
You helped a lot with the investigation and arrest anyway, so it's perfectly fair for you to get all the credit. Just take it. It works. See you when I see you. And happy Lantern Rite.
Igualmente.
Yeon's such a pro at this. With her taking it from here, it's as good as resolved. Whoosh! Random event, a strange melody, complete. Although,
Evento emergente.
kind of a
Buena
shame
esa.
that we never got that treasure
Rompiendo la
to
cuarta
try to
pared.
play the melody again.
¿Y por qué te da pena?
'Cause Paimon's curious, that's why. It's like when you have a tune stuck in your head, but you don't even know what it is. It's driving Paimon crazy.
Hay una aplicación para eso, se llama Soundhound.
When we were chatting with Mr. Dvorak, music seemed like such a positive thing.
Aunque eso sí, no funciona con temas de videojuegos.
And most music is, right? It can help us relax, feel all warm and fuzzy, recall happy memories, or even just think happy thoughts.
O nos hacen imaginar algún videoclip o una pelea chida que se puede realizar con esa música de fondo. O un promocional de luchitas falsas, qué sé yo. O un nivel de Geometry Dash, como me suele pasar cada cierto tiempo.
Paimon never imagined that music could be used to commit crimes.
Sus malas intenciones acabaron influyendo en las emociones que transmitía la música.
Oh, really? Huh. Makes sense. Paimon's musical understanding improves again. Well, anyway, now that everything's resolved, let's get back to Liyue Harbor. Paimon's still waiting for us with our random event rewards.
Recompensas en evento emergente. Cada vez más esto consciente, por lo que parece. Muy bien, volvamos a regresar a Yunjin. ¡Paquete! De la que te salvaste.
Byron, we're back! Everything's all sorted.
That's great news. Oh, please wait here a moment if you would be so kind. Lady Ningguang instructed me to advise her upon your return.
Baiwen se marcha apresurada. Y ahí está el Ningguang.
My greetings to both of you. Long time no see.
Por dos.
No need to be so formal with us, Ningguang. We've known each other for a long time now. You must be super busy with all the preparations for Lantern Rite. Don't mind us.
Agreguemos el hecho de que ahora tiene que organizar un festival.
On the contrary, I think it is
¿De
those
música?
that I have known longest to whom I should extend the greatest courtesies. Alas, on a different day, I would invite both of you inside for some tea and a brief respite from your travels.
Sin azúcar, por favor.
But you're quite right. Trivial matters aside, there's no escaping the fact that we have a grand concert to organize.
Justo lo que estaba diciendo en antes.
Once the performance itself is over, we'll then need to invite the representatives of the Iridescence Tour for a discussion on future collaboration opportunities. Look, simply put, there will always be work to do.
Whoa, you're already thinking that far ahead?
Well, we can discuss more current affairs if you'd prefer. I trust you saw this year's Mingxiao lantern at the docks when you arrived at the city?
Desde el inicio del video.
Yeah, it looked like a goose. Which Adeptus is it modeled on this time?
Cloud Retainer.
Sea Gazer.
Sea
I
Gazer.
believe you're familiar with the name.
No.
Legend holds that he was free-spirited and easygoing. People described him as a cheerful soul and a loyal friend.
Fue hace tiempo que no me recuerdo muy bien de los
On
detalles.
this marvelous lantern rite, we pray that the fallen heroes may be guided home. If the sound of music can flow like the rivers and streams into every corner of the land, perhaps the souls of those who have gone before us will hear the song of a new era. I want...
Oh, they're gonna love them. I'm unsure of it. At least, if the guy you mentioned is anything to go by, the Adepti and Heroes of the Past sound like a positive and free-spirited, cheerful bunch. They're sure to be open to new music.
Well, let's hope so. I heard that you'll be going on a search with Ganyu to find the descendants of a fairy lady from a Fontaine legend.
Exacto.
I'm sure this quest to uncover the truth behind an ancient story will turn into a most charming tale.
Serás
Do
la
share it with
tercera
me, won't
persona a quien se lo
I
cuente.
couldn't bear to miss out.
Porque la primera, vamos, de seguro, váyanse los 3 gatos que estén viendo este video. Muy bien, salimos de acá, ¿no? Y ya se activan los eventos, creo. Salto flaminguero, teatro de papel, patrulla oceánica y héroes anónimos. Esto del salto flaminguero. Durante el rito de linterna tenían una reclutadora de gremios de preparada con un evento de lo más interesante. Lo siguiente es atuendo delante telón, añorada conyugal, adeptos y demonios, romance sincero y teatro de papel. Eso es teatro, me agrada. A patrulla oceánica, piloto de Puerta Cruz, mediana Quexen están preparando un entrenamiento especial ante el rito de linterna. Me acuerdo del evento, que había un evento justamente donde probé al Diluc, esa vez en donde tenía que ir en un barquito y tenía que matar a los demás, algo así. Sería bastante chido volver a hacerlo ahora que Diluc está mejor armado. Héroes Anónimos. El Villa ciertamente está muy ocupado con una tandea. Bueno, estos son los eventos que están disponibles en esta ocasión, por lo que parece. Y sé que más adelante podré es continuar con esto. Y ya se me han desbloqueado los demás. Pero sí, creo que voy a dejar el video hasta acá porque ya se me está alargando demasiado. Aunque sé que esta clase de videos no suelo desbloquear, acabarlas de esta manera. Suelo acabarlas así, yendo de frente y cortando. Pero como es un año nuevo, quiero ver cómo es que puedo hacer las cosas, cambiar un poquito el formato de algunas videos, series que tengo. Así que, nada más que decir, si os ha gustado pueden darle like, compartirlo con un amigo, soy un artículo de Genshin Impact, feliz año del conejo, y hasta aquí Vampire, nos vemos en el siguiente video.